Hey, what is going on, guys? This is SMEB Reviews, and today we are going to take a look at the EP from Lil Nas X titled, 7 EP. Let's get to it. So the reason this review took me so long to get out was because I wanted to see how well it did, and it debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, and for an EP, that's pretty impressive, especially because the only reason it wasn't number 1 was because the Raconteurs, their album was bundled in with ticket sales, and so I think that, probably without that, they would have not been number 1, making Lil Nas X's 7 EP number 1. And that's pretty impressive for an artist who only really got famous because of being a novelty artist. And that's not to discount Old Town Road. Everyone's heard Old Town Road. I'm sure you've heard it. And especially you've heard about the controversy. It got famous, and it was kind of this country and hip-hop mix, and it brought up the question, what defines country? It was a really interesting cultural song, because it started to bring up the question of whether, everyone knows that there's some systemic discrimination in country music, whereas besides like Darius Rucker, there's not any non-white artists really in country. It's very driven by white artists. And so the fact that this song blew up so much is really interesting because, yeah, it's actually a decent song and I do enjoy it, especially the remix. I think that Billy Ray Cyrus really added a lot to the song, and not just necessarily him, but his grit and the juxtaposition between the two, how Lil Nas X, the more traditional hip-hop artist, sounded more along the lines of, it was singing more along the lines of country themes, whereas Billy Ray Cyrus was more along the lines of the hip-hop themes. I think that that's an interesting juxtaposition, and honestly, I do enjoy the song. And honestly, I will say, even before the remix, it's a country song, because there's no reason that it can't be. Country has been an ever-evolving genre with more synthetic elements and a lot of very hip-hoppy elements. I mean, look at Florida Georgia Line or like Luke Bryan. The only thing that really is defining country anymore is the twang. There's not, I mean, maybe some lyrical content, the content of, dirt roads and beer and that kind of thing. And that's not just me trying to discount country music. It's just popular country music. As a genre, country is not at all like that. But popular country is, absolutely. And so, with this album here, or with that song, absolutely I think it's a country song. He has a little bit of twang to his voice, Lil Nas X, and he sings about country themes. Why can't it be a country song? Regardless of that, I actually like it, like I said, and I think that he knew that this song would be the source of a lot of cultural argument. Whether this song was snubbed from country radio because of race or because they didn't believe it was country. And I really appreciate what he did next, because at least in my opinion, I see this album as a response to that. Because he saw that country had some pushback. And he is upsetting the norm. He's trying to take that inherent discrimination and trying to do something with it and trying to, break into the genre. So, with this album, it seems like he is trying to do that with other genres. We have, like, Family, You and Me, which is like a pop-punk song. We have Bring You Down, which is a more traditional rock song. And while, yeah, of course there's some black artists in these subsets of genres, absolutely does this album have a lot of genres that seems to focus on areas where there are a lot of white artists. Pop-punk absolutely is a very, very white genre. And so is rock. And I think that this album, and I could be wrong, I don't know Lil Nas X's personal reasons for making this album, but from what I see, it seems like he knew that he had that cultural power to upset the norm. He could take country and actually be successful in country, even though he made a song with a hip-hop country blend. So why can't he do that in other genres and make some kind of statement? And I know that there's like he tweeted out that he was just a plant from Columbia Records to, I think it was Columbia, they said, to just, make music. He wasn't a real artist. I'm going to ignore those and say it seems like he's actually trying to make music that will do something. And it's unfortunate that some of those songs don't seem to be the ones doing well. It's unfortunate that like Panini was the one that was pushed. But regardless, let's stop talking about the cultural side of it and let's just talk about the music, because this is an 8-song EP. 2 of the songs are just versions of Old Town Road. And like I said, I like Old Town Road. I actually like it a lot. It's catchy, it's fun. I don't have any reason to dislike it. And, there's actually a lot of substance here. I know a lot of people may not like this EP very much, but I actually do like it because there's a lot here. As I mentioned earlier, Bring You Down is kind of that rap rock, kind of what Kid Cudi was going for with Speeding Bullet to Heaven. But it works. I actually really like this song. This is probably my favorite song in the whole album. It's fun and I like it. It's a good song. We have Closure, which he's later said was him trying to come out, and awesome for him. I think that that's an awesome thing, an awesome sentiment to have here. And again, even though that is it's not necessarily, it's more of like an R&B hip hop track. It is again him trying to upset some kind of norm because, he's making a statement with it and he's doing something with this song. Good for him. And honestly, it's a really good song. And besides, I don't know, there's not much here that I don't like. I don't love Rodeo, which features Cardi B, which is the other track that may do well off of this. But even that song's not terrible. I'm surprisingly impressed with this album. It's actually got a lot of substance here, and while not all of these ideas are fully capitalized on, they're an interesting idea that I'd like to see him continue to explore. I am interested where the next album will go, as this is so unfocused, because as I said, we've got like a pop punk song, we've got a country rap song, we've got a rock song, we've got more traditional hip hop R&B sounds. It's very all over the place, and that is a problem, but I like the ideas he's exploring. I just want to see where he's going to go next. I think that'll be interesting to me. So, this album, very interesting. It's a very cultural album, at least from how I analyzed it. And heck, I could be totally wrong. I could be totally stretching with his intention here. But that's what I saw. That's what I heard. And I'm actually impressed. It's fun, if anything. And I'm going to give him credit for that. So, ultimately, rating, I don't know. I actually enjoyed this a lot more than I thought. It could never be album of the year, or like EP of the year material, but I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I ever would. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. But what did you guys think of this release? Please let me know down below. Besides that, thank you guys for watching. It really does mean a lot to me, and I will see you guys later.